everybody, welcome back. This is the fourth preview for Battle of the Immortals. This week we're actually going to be looking at some of the content in the game. The gameplay in BOI is actually broken up into several different divisions. There's standard MMO gameplay such as questing, there's dungeons, there's timed events, there's special events, there's daily events, there's weekend events, there's a ton of events in this game. But today we're actually going to be looking at adventures and some of the loot that's associated with them. So the track to level 20 is pretty quick in BOI. Pretty quickly you're going to find yourself at level 20, you're going to be in Atlantis. It's a beautiful city, but most importantly, you're going to have access to an adventure called Knight's Jail. So Knight's Jail is actually a very beginner-friendly dungeon. It's very casual-friendly. You can complete it in 10 to 15 minutes as long as you have a group that isn't full of idiots. And what's really cool about the dungeon is that it actually averages out the level of everybody that's participating. So even if you have a bunch of high-level players with low-level players, it will average out the levels and readjust the difficulty of the dungeon for everybody that's in your group. One thing that's important to note about this dungeon is that if you're below level 30 and you die, it's okay. Before level 30, you can actually instantly resurrect yourself. It's called Perfect Revive, and it doesn't cost you anything. There's no penalty associated with it. So as you go through Knight's Jail, you're going to be killing what's called Tomb Stalkers and rescuing various prisoners throughout 4 quadrants in this dungeon. At each quadrant, you're going to fight a mini-boss, which is pretty easy. It's not too difficult. But after completing all 4 mini-bosses, you'll be fighting Hannibal, which is the boss of the dungeon. Now, what's really cool about this dungeon is that you're going to get stamps of promotion. These are little emblems that you receive from the bosses. And you can actually turn these stamps into gear, weapons, and equipment right outside. So as you do Knight's Jail, as you do other daily events and your standard quest line, you're quickly going to find yourself hitting level 40. And when you hit level 40, you're going to get access to Dragon Emperor's Catacomb. So in Dragon Emperor Catacombs, you're going to be facing up against the Dragon Emperor himself, as well as his army of stone warriors. The dungeon has several phases where you complete and destroy waves of stone warriors, after which you fight some mini-bosses, you complete another wave of stone warriors, and then finally, you fight the Dragon Emperor. Probably the most important part of this dungeon is that it's going to be your first shot at soul gear. At level 45, there's a set of soul gear for each class. It's amazing, it's breathtaking, it's immensely powerful, and will definitely help you out in your effort to reaching level 60. So this dungeon actually has 2 different modes. There's easy mode and normal mode. Easy mode is made for players who are between level 40 and 45, and normal mode is made for players who are level 45 and up. Needless to say, the normal mode has a much higher % chance to drop soul gear. So make sure that if you're 45 plus on average for your group, that you do normal mode. Spectre Island is one of my favorite instances in BOI. Once you hit level 60, you're going to get access to this dungeon. It's basically an undead pirate dungeon. You're going to be fighting waves and waves of undead pirates in Spectre Island. There's a bunch of different mini-bosses. There's a lot of good quests that are going to give you a lot of money when you complete them. And what's really cool about this dungeon is there's actually 3 different modes instead of just 2. There's easy mode, normal mode, and elite mode. So just like I mentioned with Dragon Emperor Catacomb, while normal mode has a higher chance of dropping soul gear, elite mode has an even higher % chance to drop soul gear. And on top of that, what's really awesome is once you beat the final boss, you're actually going to get a second shot at him after you reset it. So not only do you get a higher % chance to drop soul gear, but you get 2 shots at the last boss. And now, just like level 45, there's a set of soul gear at 60, looks totally different, is much more powerful, and will help power your character through the levels to come. So keep in mind that what we've shown you today is just a snapshot of what really lies and waits in Battle of the Immortals. There's a lot more adventures, there's a lot more content for you to see. Over the next couple weeks, we're going to be showing you that. We're going to be showing you some endgame content and other daily and special events that you can do in Battle of the Immortals. And as long as you keep tuning in, we'll keep showing you why Battle of the Immortals is not only changing the way people see free-to-play, but redefining the action MMORPG genre.